to Parasakti's clearance.
Stay with me at this point while we bring you some breaking news also coming in. We're being told that Tamil director Karthi Subbaraj calls for Save Cinema, Save Art. New debate over censorship needs reformation is what we're being told. That's the breaking news coming in. I have Vijay, who's also joining me live on that breaking news. All right, before we go to Vijay, I'm being told that Vasudha is also with us. We have a Tamil director, Vasudha, Karthi Subbaraj, who's coming out and urging unity despite the fan war. What can you share with us on this? All right, seems that the line with Vasudha has disconnected there. Let's go across to Vijay. Vijay, if you can just tell us more about what the Tamil director is saying, calling for Save Cinema, Save Art.
That's right. Very famous Tamil director Karthi Subbaraj had posted a tweet saying that he questioned that there is a need for reformation on terms of censorship. He said that the censorship puts a lot of pressure on filmmakers, especially the post-production, which affects the creativity of the filmmakers. He pointed out that all the film fraternity, despite fan war, despite political differences, should unite against this and should give voice for the filmmakers, for the better, to save the art, to save the cinema. Amid the Nayagan issue, he had posted this tweet saying that the timeline of censorship affects the filmmakers in terms of creativity, and need for reformation is a must.
Stay with me, Vijay, because there seems to be a chorus of people who are now coming out and urging for the movie to be released at this point, obviously, and creativity being affected is a concern as well. Just take us through some of the big voices coming out, if any, on the stay on the release of the movie for now, and how there seems to be a section that's backing Vijay beyond the politicians.
Yeah, that's right, Vedika. As of now, only Congress leaders like Manikam Thakur, Jyothimani, and even Congress functionary Praveen Chakravarti had blamed the central government, BJP-led central government, over the issue. And even we have a BJP leader, Narayanan Tripadi, to speak more on this. So thank you for your time. Congress blames central government. BJP government is doing politics over this in line to using CBI, IT, now using censor board against the freedom of expression. What's your BJP reaction?
See, the day before yesterday, we have seen that Mr. Manik Thakur's and Jyothimani's tweet regarding Congress party itself and their alliance. They had a displeasure on the party and also against the alliance. So in order to hide those things, they are trying to write something accusing the CBFC. CBFC has got its own set of procedures, rules, regulations duly followed. As a member of CBFC, previously, I served as CBFC.
Yes, you actually.
Yeah. I served as CBFC for more than 3 years, so I know how they do it. So there is nobody can pressure anyone. It acts according to the laws framed by the government, and also the people like member of parliaments who created the act. It goes only with the act. So nobody can pressurize or influence. That Mr. Manikam Thakur also knows. But in order to, suppress their problems within the internal party issues, they are trying to accuse the CBFC. It is not true.
So, but the production house blames, saying that they are CBFC deliberately delaying in giving the censorship, because even though they initially refer the certificate as U by A16+, then suddenly the chairman of the CBFC turned saying that one of the member raised the objection. Why not before itself they didn't do that?
No, that's what I told you. It has got its own policies and created by the lawmakers, that is the member of parliament. So nobody can, accuse the CBFC, if I am right, because if you do it properly, even as I told you, I was a member of CBFC for so many years, and the people who say that CBFC is trying to control. See, I'm telling you very seriously, many movies carry so many filthy dialogues, which as a member, we used to struggle to delete it for more than hours together. for the sake of the society, for the welfare of the future younger generations. So it is not so. It is the duty. Each and every member works very hard, to concentrate a movie and do all those things. So it is not true that the CBFC pressurizes or something. No, it is not. It has got its own system. It will certify a movie, or if it is not satisfied, it will recommend for a review. Even they have got the production houses got many choices, many options also to go for appeal, to go to the court. Even recently we saw one High Court's Honorable Justice saw one movie. So we all know that.
But there are some voices saying that there is a need for reformation in terms of censorship from Jyotimani. Now director Karthi Subbaraj had flagged.
Reformations are needed in each and everything, every part of the society, within human also. Reformations are needed in the cinema industry also. That is what I told you.
All right, we also want to tell our viewers at this point what next? What are we expecting in the next few days? What we're being told is that the order on the CBFC certification will be pronounced tomorrow, which is the 9th of January. If the release is ordered, the CBFC, which is the censor board, will issue the certification. Issuing the certification may take about 24 to 72 hours, which means a day to about 3 days. And then the film will release without any legal hurdles post the 12th of January. That's more or less the timeline given the hearing, the order that we're expecting tomorrow from the court. Also, what are the scenarios that we are looking at is very important at this point. The first scenario is the High Court orders CBFC to issue certification on the 9th of January, which is tomorrow, after which we've told you about the timeline of events. The film releases in a couple of days after, 2 to 3 days is what we're expecting. Scenario 2, the High Court seeks more cuts or specific disclaimers in this movie, because of which obviously the release will be delayed. Pongal weekend will be missed, which will be a huge blow for Vijay and his team. The third one is the legal battle continues in court, and the release, of course, is further pushed back. Vijay now joins me again on those scenarios, on the timeline there. Vijay, understanding from you, this movie could release if we get the nod from the court tomorrow, but not before the 11th or 12th of January, which means they will miss that weekend, all-important weekend?
That's right. Production house is very keen to release the movie just before the Pongal holidays, considering the high budget movie, and the expectation for the movie is also very high. So they don't want to take a chance with missing the holidays. But remember, the next week, if they miss the Pongal holidays, the next weekend would be a Republic Day from January 26th, and before that on Jan 23, Sun Pictures is planning to re-release the actor Ajit's Mangata also. So this would force the Jana Nayagan without getting more theatres, because Sun Pictures is a very huge production house, and they will capture more theatres in terms of actor Ajit is also a big competitor to Vijay. Even though that is a re-release, Jana Nayagan will struggle to get the theatres from the Sun Pictures. So they are very keen to release the movie once the court pronounced the order. They are very keen to release the movie immediately. But as of now, yesterday itself they released a press release from the production house where they had mentioned that after the court order they would announce the release date. So they are looking for a good date with some sort of weekend and holidays.
All right, thanks for joining me live, Vijay. That is our top focus. Every development will be reported here on Breaking Ground and NDTV 24/7. Well, Vijay is not the first superstar to have crossed into politics by any means. From MGR to Jayalalitha, the history of Tamil Nadu politics is littered with those who have made the crossover from the screen. Though initial response to Vijay's rally show he has the ability to pull crowds, it remains to be seen whether he will take the path of legends like MGR.
Tamil Nadu is perhaps the only Indian state where the journey from the silver screen to the secretariat has been not just common but politically decisive. Here, cinema has never been mere entertainment. It has been a powerful political tool shaping ideology, leadership and electoral outcomes for nearly a century. The roots of this cinema politics bond lie in the Dravidian movement of the early 20th century. Leaders like C.N. Annadurai recognized cinema's unmatched reach. Writing screenplays and dialogues, Annadurai and later M. Karunanidhi embedded ideas of rationalism, self-respect and social justice, a cultural milestone. Cinema as political messaging. But it was M.G. Ramachandran, MGR, who turned cinematic popularity into mass political power. On screen, he played the righteous defender of the poor. Off-screen, voters believed he would govern the same way. From the DMK to founding the AIADMK, MGR proved that star power, when backed by organization and ideology, could win elections and redefine Tamil Nadu politics. Following MGR, J. Jayalalitha emerged as another towering figure. Strong-willed roles on screen translated into an image of authority in public life. Despite facing gender bias and political challenges, she went on to become one of Tamil Nadu's most influential chief ministers and remains the only actor to truly shape the state's political history. Post Jayalalitha, many stars tried their luck with mixed results. Shivaji Ganesan's political foray failed to gain traction. Vijay emerged as a rare success story, even becoming leader of opposition. Rajnikant's much anticipated entry never materialized beyond announcements. Kamal Haasan chose governance over charisma, but electoral success remained elusive. The message was clear. In modern Tamil Nadu, celebrity alone is no longer enough. Cinema, however, never fully exited politics. From Karunanidhi's screenwriting legacy to M.K. Stalin's brief acting stint and Udayanidhi Stalin's transition from producer to actor to deputy chief minister, cinema continues to be a stepping stone, not a shortcut. Now the spotlight is on Thalapathy Vijay. With the launch of TVK and his final film Jana Nayagan releasing, Vijay's political messaging is under intense scrutiny. His films increasingly reflect themes of governance, corruption and social responsibility. Vijay's strength lies in his massive youth following. Political observers say his entry could disrupt Tamil Nadu's entrenched DMK-AIADMK binary by mobilizing young and first-time voters. But the big question remains, can cinematic appeal translate into durable political power, as it once did for MGR and Jayalalitha? Cinema has shaped Tamil Nadu politics for decades, but times have changed. In 2026, Vijay's political debut will test whether stardom can deliver state power, or whether ideology, organization and ground-level politics now matter more than the magic of silver screen. With Lata Srinivasan, NDTV Bureau Report.
Let's play a game.
News is coming in. Top Indian film body has appealed to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for Dhurandhar, the movie, to be released in the UAE and Middle East. The Prime Minister's intervention has been sought after Dhurandhar was not given clearance for release in the UAE and Middle East. The letter to Prime Minister appeals for release of Dhurandhar in UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Kuwait as well. The Indian Motion Picture Producers Association has put this request to the Prime Minister through a letter to take up the matter with friendly nations in the Middle East. Dhurandhar, remember, is the highest grossing Hindi film ever in India. Abira joining me on the phone line. Abira, there is this plea now by that body to the Prime Minister to use some of his diplomatic ties with some of those nations to get the movie released in the Middle East as well as the UAE. This comes at a time when Dhurandhar has been a massive success globally.
Absolutely, the film is doing so well and it has become one of the most successful films India has ever seen. But sadly, the film didn't release in the Middle East. But that's what usually happens whenever it's an anti-Pakistan film. The film doesn't release in the Middle East. This is not the first time it is happening. But yes, Indian Motion Pictures Producers Association, that's IMPA, has gone ahead and written a letter to our PM, and we are hoping that maybe in the future, we don't know if this film will release in Middle East or not. We have also seen how Pakistanis are loving the film. They are dancing to the songs, and people who are staying, in different other countries have been watching the film and appreciating it. So we are hoping that maybe this will make a difference in the near future with other films. But right now, we are not sure if this film will release in the Middle East, even after this request being sent to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Abira, thanks for joining me there. The film body there reaching out to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, writing a letter to him requesting to help push for the release of the movie in the Middle East and the UAE, where it has been banned. Coming in on Breaking Ground, the battle for the state of Tamil Nadu is heating up. We bring you the inside scoop on the EPS Amit Shah meeting. EPS, we're being told, has said that there is no place for Paneerselvam in the AIADMK. EPS has also said Amit Shah said he will not interfere in the party's personal issue. The government will be formed led by the AIADMK is what EPS has said. EPS, AIADMK General Secretary, on his meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah. That's the inside track we're getting to for you. They met in Delhi, and that's the latest that we have for you on the story. Vijay is now joining me live. Vijay, just take us through the inside track on that meeting. Obviously, OPS's name has also come up, the rivalry known to all.
It's very important statement from AIADMK General Secretary Edappadi Palaniswamy after meeting Home Minister Amit Shah last night in New Delhi. Very recently Amit Shah also visited Tamil Nadu, where he had participated in a public meeting in Pudukkottai, and even he had a internal meeting with BJP top functionaries, and even he had a meeting with AIADMK senior leader SP Velumani and other leaders, where Edappadi Palaniswamy skipped the meeting, saying that he was a part of his campaign in other districts. Now, after Amit Shah visit, Edappadi Palaniswamy went to Delhi and had a meeting with Amit Shah. Now, he had reiterated that there is no place for either O. Paneerselvam or other faction like Sasikla, TTV Dinakaran in the party. He also reiterated, saying that Amit Shah already gave clarification, saying that Amit Shah or BJP won't interfere in the internal politics of AIADMK. Now, this is very important statement, as NDA is looking to strengthen the alliance in Tamil Nadu ahead of 2026 election. Very recently, that is yesterday only, Patali Makkal Katchi, Anbumani Ramadas Patali Makkal Katchi confirms the alliance with the AIADMK after the Amit Shah visit. So the AIADMK and BJP is looking forward to strengthen the alliance in run-up to 2026 election. Add to DMDK and other parties like Pudhiya Tamilagam and other parties have to take decision on this. But the very challenging situation for AIADMK is what will be the decision from the O. Paneerselvam, TTV Dinakaran, whether they would go with TVK. That would be a very important factor, because on the southern districts, where the Tevar community is the predominant Tevar community praise the Shah, they would play a very significant role. It would be interesting to see how the alliance going to take forward in the upcoming 2026 election.
All right, important points being made by Vijay there. Thanks for joining us live. But more news from the state. The battle for Tamil Nadu intensifies. Congress's MP Manikam Tagore has reiterated the demand for power sharing in the battleground states. Speaking to NDTV, the MP said the Congress is a straight shooter and won't mislead its alliance partners. But here's where it gets more interesting. Even as TVK, the newest political wildcard, extends overtures to the Congress, Tagore calls the DMK a time-tested partner, while terming TVK an opposition force. But with the Tamil Nadu Congress chief quickly downplaying the remarks, saying this is just a personal opinion, the big question remains, is this pressure politics? Is the Congress drawing red lines ahead of seat talks, or is this a larger message to the DMK to stop sidelining allies, as TVK accuses? Remember, TVK General Secretary Jana had stated yesterday and pushed for a share in power as key to 2026, accusing the DMK of sidelining allies. After Manikam, Congress MP Karthi Chidambaram has also echoed power sharing demands, asserting every party's right to stake claim in governance.
அவருடைய கருத்தை அவர்கள் வைத்திருக்கிறார்கள். அவர் எங்களுடைய நாடாளுமன்ற விப், நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர், சீனியர் மோஸ்ட் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர், அவருடைய கருத்தை சொல்லியிருக்கிறார். என்னை பொறுத்தவரை தமிழ்நாடு காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டியுடைய தலைமை தெளிவாக இருக்கிறது. எங்கள் மேலிடம் அகில இந்திய காங்கிரஸ் கமிட்டி, குறிப்பாக எங்களுடைய பொறுப்பாளர் கிரிச்சோடங்கர் நேற்றைக்கு முன்தினம் பத்திரிகையாளர் தெளிவாக சொன்னார், நாங்கள் எந்த கட்சியுடனும் கூட்டணி பேசவில்லை.
Every political party which contests elections wants a maximum number of representatives to win elections, and if they win elections, if there is an opportunity, the political party obviously wants to participate in government. That is the purpose of a political party. This is not some unique or special opinion or a new opinion. This is the view of all political parties all over the world. We are part of the India Alliance. In all India, we are leading the alliance, and DMK is part of the India Alliance. And in Tamil Nadu, the DMK is leading the India Alliance, and we are part of the India Alliance in Tamil Nadu.
All right, we have some more breaking news coming in. The Enforcement Directorate has raided the premises of Trinamool Congress's IT head, Pratik Jain. The raids have been conducted in connection with the money laundering case. The raids are taking place, we're being told, at 4 to 5 locations in Kolkata. And Mamata Banerjee has met Pratik at his home, is what we're being told at this point. Mamata Banerjee has condemned the raids. This is most unfortunate that Enforcement Directorate raided the house of Trinamool Congress's IT head. This company previously belonged to Prashant Kishore, is what she has said. Shreshi joining me live at this point. Shreshi, just take us through the latest on this developing story. The Enforcement Directorate has raided Mamata's nerve center, is what we're understanding at this point.
Well, Vedika, correction, Pratik Jain is the founder and the director, or the co-founder and the director of IPAC. It's a political consultancy firm which is helping the Trinamool Congress since the 2021 elections. He is not the IT head of the Trinamool Congress. He is the IPAC co-founder and director. Now, this morning, teams from New Delhi flew down and divided themselves into 3 teams. One team is at the IPAC office, which was founded by Prashant Kishore as well, and has been helping the Trinamool Congress in the elections since 2021, and is also aiding the Trinamool Congress in the upcoming 2026 elections. There's also ED teams available at the residence of Pratik Jain, and right after the ED teams were conducting raids, the Commissioner of Police of Kolkata reached the residence of Pratik Jain, and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee arrived at the residence of Pratik Jain. He's the IPAC co-founder and director, and this is regarding a money laundering probe that the ED is investigating at this moment. What we have picked up from the sources, which is regarding the coal pilferage scam that is under the ED lens, but the ED has so far not given any official statement whether they are at Pratik Jain's residence for searches and raids, or whether he's being questioned. That is still not clear because the ED has not officially given any statement, but ED searches are ongoing. Heavy teams of Kolkata police and Vidhanagar also present at the spot where the ED is conducting the raid.
All right, do stay with me, Shreshi. I'm just going to play out the West Bengal Chief Minister's statement on this.
Is it the duty of the ED and Amit Shah, the nasty Home Minister, the naughty Home Minister, who cannot protect the country, and is taking away all my party documents? If I get the BJP party office, what will be? What will be the result? They didn't have any guards. One side the SIR case, they're deleting all the names of the Bengal people. More than 2 crore people, 1.5 crore people are being called, 54 lakhs are being deleted without any asking their details. They are using WhatsApp only, and because of election they are collecting all my information of my party. देखो मैंने सब लेके आया because I rang up Pratik because he is the in charge of my party.
Moving on, a national shooting coach has been booked in a serious sexual assault case. Haryana police have registered an FIR against Ankush Bharadwaj for allegedly sexually assaulting a 17-year-old national level female shooter at a hotel in Faridabad following a complaint by the athlete's family. Bharadwaj is one of the 13 national pistol coaches appointed by the NRAI. He has been suspended from all duties. The police say the incident allegedly took place during a national level competition in the national capital. The FIR claims the minor was assaulted in a Faridabad hotel room under the pretext of performance evaluation. The case has been registered under the POXO Act and the Bharatiya Nyay Sanhita, with investigators securing CCTV footage. The teenager has shared chilling details about the events inside the hotel room in a complaint to the police. She has alleged that the coach has sexually assaulted her on the pretext of analysis. She was threatened with career ruin when she resisted. She later confided in a mother who took her to the police station. So what did she really say? Here's what the teen has narrated. Some of these details, of course, are disturbing. Now, what she is saying is that the coach had called her to the hotel for a performance analysis. She was called to the 5-star Faridabad hotel where the incident took place. The teen was asked to wait after the match, and she was summoned from the lobby to the room. The NRIA has suspended the coach Ankush Bharadwaj in this case. Now, the teen also alleged assault in the hotel room. Teen was told to behave normally, is what we're also being told. The survivor says she tried resisting. The coach threatened to ruin her career, is another serious allegation that has been made by the victim in this case, and that the teen remains silent in fear. It's only when she told her mother later about the incident that the family approached the police. Like I said, very disturbing details here, but action, the police is saying, will be taken in the case. CCTV footage is going to be extremely crucial. Slipping a short break, news and updates will continue in Breaking Ground in moments from now. Stay tuned.
A very special moment for us as we announce NDTV Master Stroke, the NDTV Art Awards.
NDTV presents the Master Stroke Art Awards, an odyssey of creative brilliance where the masterpiece meets its ultimate recognition.
NDTV bringing this subject forward would have a great integrity of putting it forward where people could understand the importance of art.
This award that is being started, I'm sure is going to be amazing.
Art for India and for Indians is an expression of our Atmanirbharta.
It's actually quite a formidable jury, so I think we'll reveal a lot more as we go along.
This is an amazing platform, I think, today what you're doing.
Honoring the masters who define our creative landscape. Coming soon on the NDTV network.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions,
Expert advice, the latest trends. It's a lot simpler. We'll help people make the right auto decisions. It's got the cool stuff, geeky stuff, serious stuff, all of it, so that you can discover, decide and drive. I'm Siddharth Sharma and I am your Automate.
Delhi set the fairway on fire. The precision, the edge, the contest, the electric energy. Now, the NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am travels to Hyderabad, a day crafted for an unmatched experience. NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders. 10th January 2026, Boulders Hills Golf and Country Club. Every winter, the World Economic Forum at Davos becomes the world's thinking room, where power, policy and purpose converge, where the future is examined and reimagined. In January 2026, NDTV will be at the heart of this conversation. NDTV Ignite at Davos, this January on the NDTV network.
Other opposition parties.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down.
This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning.
No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The nerve center of the maximum city, the BMC, a contest that will shape Mumbai's next decade, its identity, its legacy, its future. NDTV brings you the battle for Mumbai, asking who will hold the keys to India's richest civic body and what would it mean for Mumbaikars. BMC Power Play, only on the NDTV network.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground.
Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
They are now India's smallest but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has killed at least 25 children. Gaikwad sahab, aise mat kijiye. Suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. We live and breathe elections. You will not believe your eyes or ears when I show you what I'm about to do.
And for a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude.
We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship.
The line of control, Shiv Arur, NDTV.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekday.
Welcome back. Time for our top international stories. Amid growing American control over Venezuela's oil, the US military has now seized two oil tankers, the Marinera and the Sofia, linked to Venezuela after tracking it across the Atlantic for over 2 weeks as part of a US blockade of Venezuelan oil exports. A video shared by the US shows the moment the US Coast Guard boarded the oil tanker, as you can see. Sofia, in what it calls a meticulously coordinated operation. The US also seized the Marinera, a Russian-flagged oil tanker that was being shadowed by a Russian submarine, a move that could drastically increase tensions between Washington, D.C. and Moscow. Originally called the Bella 1, the tanker was sanctioned by the U.S. in the year 2024 for operating within a shadow fleet of tankers transporting illicit oil. Meanwhile, Moscow issued a strong condemnation of D.C., asserting that no country has the right to use force against vessels lawfully registered on another state's jurisdiction, particularly on the high seas. Joining me live on this story is Managing Editor Shiv Arur. Flag pain, name change, Russian requests. A lot went into the escape that was finally foiled by the US. Shiv.
Very, very dramatic, pursuit on the high seas that
lasted many weeks, Vedika, that has resulted in this very dramatic seizure of a vessel that the United States says was trying to actually conceal its real identity. As we've been tracking since the beginning, this ship left Iran in August. Sailed, into the Atlantic, was supposed to pick up oil from Venezuela. The U.S. Coast Guard tried to interdict it near the Caribbean islands. It went dark, which basically means, according to the U.S., they painted a different name on their hull. They switched off some of their sensors. They stopped talking on the usual, navigational talkbacks that were there, and they became what is called in navigational terms a kind of ghost ship, practically invisible, to the usual international dashboards and security agencies. Traveled hundreds of miles in the Atlantic, and finally it was, intercepted somewhere off the coast of Ireland. Now there are two ships in this. One is the Bella One, the other is the Sophia, which was seized again off the Caribbean islands. This has become hugely controversial, from an international perspective, because this is the United States, in the wake of what happened in Venezuela, literally imposing its writ in international waters and claiming that these ships had no right to actually be there. Now, they say that this is a violation of sanction as far as Iranian oil or Venezuelan oil is concerned. But the Russians have basically said these are ships carrying oil to different countries. These particular vessels aren't only operating between Venezuela, Russia and Iran, but other locations as well. That information is out in the public domain as well. So this potentially, Vedika, becomes a much bigger situation, because the Atlantic is a very, very busy ship lane of communication for a huge amount of the world's oil. So if the United States Coast Guard, Department of Justice, Department of War are going to continuously, enforce what they say is a violation of protocol, a huge number of ships could be vulnerable.
Also, Shiv, before I let you go, it is believed that this is the first time in recent years that the US has seized a Russian-flagged vessel. What could this mean for the ties between the US and Russia at this point? The war of words has already begun.
With the seizure of the Bella One, the Russian Navy is understood to have sent a warship over there, to provide some kind of observation and escort. This is a hugely sensitive and volatile situation on the high seas, where things can go easily wrong. In these infrared pictures that you've got on your screen right now, Vedika, you can see that it's not just the US Coast Guard, but you've got some naval assets. You've got MH-60 Seahawk, Romeo helicopters, landing on that tanker. This is the American military machine in full force on the high seas, and Russia will very, very understandably see this as an act of belligerence, perhaps even an act of war, because energy security translates international security when it comes to any big country, and Russia will no doubt see it as the same. So things are very, very volatile right now. It remains to be seen whether this will escalate a little further. No shots were fired. There was no violence of any kind on the ship itself. The ship has been seized at this point of time. But the fact that the Russians have sent a warship into the North Atlantic to, keep a watch, keep a look, means that we may be returning to a very unsettling kind of post-World War scenario, where all oil tankers were basically escorted by naval ships. That's a very, very unsustainable situation.
Shiv Arur, thanks for joining me live here on Breaking Ground. That, of course, will be a story we'll be tracking over the next few hours and days. Now, in yet another surprising maneuver, US President Donald Trump has given the green light to tougher pressure on Russia. A bipartisan sanctions bill is now moving forward in Congress and could face a vote as early as next week. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says Trump approved the push after meeting with him Wednesday. The bill targets countries still doing business with Moscow, especially those buying Russian oil, and of course India being one of them. The claim goal is to choke off money fueling Russia's war in Ukraine, which as of now, as you all know, is in its fourth year. Now, Graham points to India, China, Brazil as major buyers who could face penalties. Moving on, NDTV's big exclusive with former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Hasina has condemned Dipu Das's killing, calling it a barbaric act, asserting that there's total collapse of law and order under Yunus's government in Bangladesh. She slammed Yunus' government for orchestrating violence in Bangladesh in the name of religion. Hasina noted that Dhaka's manufactured narrative linking Hadi's case with India serves only to radicalize public discourse and undermine decades of trust between the two countries. That's an NDTV exclusive where she has spoken to the channel. All right, on that note, we're skipping a short break. News and updates will continue here on Breaking Ground. Stay tuned.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Mumbai are bringing our first India tour in your city. Rag on with Shankar Ehsan Loy and Siddharth Mahadevan and Shivam Mahadevan. 5 times melody, 5 times masti with NDTV Good Times. Go grab your tickets on Live Your City by Fever.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
A very special moment for us as we announce NDTV Master Stroke, the NDTV Art Awards.
NDTV presents the Master Stroke Art Awards. An odyssey of creative brilliance where the masterpiece meets its ultimate recognition.
NDTV bringing this subject forward would have a great integrity of putting it forward where people could understand the importance of art.
This award that is being started, I'm sure is going to be amazing.
Art for India and for Indians is an expression of our Atmanirbharta.
It's actually quite a formidable jury, so I think we'll reveal a lot more as we go along.
This is an amazing platform, I think, today what you're doing.
Honoring the masters who define our creative landscape. Coming soon on the NDTV network.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions,
Expert advice, the latest trends. It's a lot simpler. We'll help people make the right auto decisions. It's got the cool stuff, geeky stuff, serious stuff, all of it, so that you can discover, decide and drive. I'm Siddharth Sharma and I am your Automate.
Delhi set the fairway on fire. The precision, the edge, the contest, the electric energy. Now, the NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am travels to Hyderabad, a day crafted for an unmatched experience. NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders. 10th January 2026, Boulders Hills Golf and Country Club. Every winter, the World Economic Forum at Davos becomes the world's thinking room, where power, policy and purpose converge, where the future is examined and reimagined. In January 2026, NDTV will be at the heart of this conversation. NDTV Ignite at Davos, this January on the NDTV network.
Pulling us into this country. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. Stop. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
nerve center of the maximum city, the BMC, a contest that will shape Mumbai's next decade, its identity, its legacy, its future. NDTV brings you the battle for Mumbai, asking who will hold the keys to India's richest civic body and what would it mean for Mumbaikars. BMC Power Play, only on the NDTV network.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground.
Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
They are now India's smallest but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has killed at least 25 children. Gaikwad sahab, aise mat kijiye. Suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. We live and breathe elections. You will not believe your eyes or ears when I show you what I'm about to do.
And for a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains,
Welcome back. You're still with Breaking Ground. I'm Vedika. The quick check on the headlines at the top of 1 p.m. Showdown over Vijay's film Jana Nayagan postponement. Congress MPs back Vijay's movie. Slam Centre says Centre using censor board against TVK chief. Trouble brewing between Congress and DMK in Tamil Nadu. Manickam Tagore reiterates power sharing demand, not just seats. Tamil Nadu Congress chief downplays it. Enforcement Directorate raids IPAC co-founder Mamta cries foul, claims political vendetta, says Amit Shah is gunning for the TMC in Bengal. IPAC co-founder is closely working with Abhishek Banerjee and the TMC for the upcoming state elections. Police intensify probe in Delhi demolition war. Samajwadi Party MP who was part of the mob to be summoned soon. Over 30 rioters identified. Prime Minister Modi announces commencement of Somnath Swabhiman Parv 4-day festival from 8th to 11th January. Hails temple, says temple survival over past 1,000 years reflects country's indomitable civilizational spirit. US President Donald Trump greenlights Russia's sanctions bill proposing 500% tariffs, targets India, China, Brazil. Former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina speaks exclusively to NDTV, says Dhaka's bid to link Hadi's killing with India's deliberate and baseless driven by fundamentalist forces trying to mask the Yunus government's failures as foreign conspiracies. We start with breaking news coming in from the state of West Bengal, where the Enforcement Directorate is raiding IPAC co-founders' premises. The Enforcement Directorate is raiding the house of Pratik Jain along with some other locations, is what we're being told at this point. Amid the raids, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee arrived at the residence of the Indian Political Action Committee co-founder Pratik Jain, where the Enforcement Directorate teams were present. The searches, of course, have triggered a sharp political reaction from the Trinamool Congress. Mamta Banerjee has also spoken on the incident.
Is it the duty of the ED and Amit Shah, the nasty Home Minister, the naughty Home Minister, who cannot protect the country, and is taking away all my party documents? If I get the BJP party office, what will be? What will be the result? They didn't have any guards. One side the SIR case, they're deleting all the names of the Bengal people. More than 2 crore people, 1.5 crore people are being called, 54 lakhs are being deleted without any asking their details. They are using WhatsApp only, and because of election they are collecting all my information of my party. देखो मैंने सब लेके आया because I ran up Putin because he is the in charge of my party.
देखिए ईडी ने रेड किया है तो इसमें हम लोग का बोलने का कुछ विषय नहीं है और जहाँ पर भाईपो है वहाँ तो दुर्नीति हो गई। आज आईपैक का काम भाईपो देखते हैं, हमारे राज्य के राजपुत्र देखते हैं। आज कोयला चोरी, बालू चोरी, पेड़ चोरी, जमीन चोरी, पानी चोरी, हर किस्म का चोरी इस राज्य में होता है, ये टीएमसी का नेतृत्व में। और आईपैक जो टीएमसी के लिए काम करते हैं, जो एजेंसी, वो किस किस तरह का चोरी करते हैं, किस किस तरह का घोटाला किया है, ये ईडी ने आया है। इसमें हमारा बोलने का कोई विषय नहीं है, लेकिन हम लोग यही चाहते हैं कि जो चोरी हो इसका समाधान हो।
Shrishi joining me live from Kolkata on that big story. Shrishi, what are the raids in relation to? Firstly, and we do know that IPAC's co-founder is working closely with Abhishek Banerjee in the run-up to the state elections. Just take us through the latest and the questions I have for you.
Well, the raids, the ED has not given any official statement regarding what the case pertains to. But of course, if it's the Enforcement Directorate, then they're looking at the money laundering angle. At the PMLA Act is what they investigate. What we have picked up from the sources, this could be linked to the coal pilferage scam that is both under the ED as well as the CBI investigation here in West Bengal. While an official statement from the ED is awaited regarding these search operations being conducted, ED officials from New Delhi are conducting these operations across Kolkata. There is a team that is at the IPAC office in Kolkata Sector 5 IT Hub, and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is present on the 11th floor where the IPAC office is located. This office was in fact inaugurated in 2021 when Prashant Kishore was handling the affairs of the IPAC, a political consultancy that the Trinamool Congress had roped in during the 2021 Vidhan Sabha elections and had extended that treaty with them for the 2026 polls. In fact, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee a short while ago had arrived at the co-founder and director Prateek Jain's residence, where the ED is also conducting search with the presence of the central security personnel there. The Chief Minister came out holding a green folder, a laptop and a cell phone in her hand, and claimed that she has retrieved data of her party which was with Prateek Jain, and this is being done at the behest of the Home Minister to get more details of the candidates of the Trinamool Congress for the upcoming elections. Now Prateek Jain is seen closely to be working with the Abhishek Banerjee lobby as well as Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. IPAC has been assisting the Trinamool Congress since 2021, be it for the schemes, be it for the political programs that are undertaken not just by the government here but also here by the political party, programs such as Duare Sarkar, programs such as the new campaign that Abhishek Banerjee has launched, Abar Jeet Be Bangla,
Yes.
are all being assisted by the IPAC. Now, the ED raids hold significance ahead of the elections here in West Bengal, and with Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee visiting both Prateek Jain's residence and the IPAC office, also goes on to highlight the seriousness of these investigations and the fact that the Chief Minister of the state has arrived at a place where ED raids are being conducted holds significance. Of course, we are getting you all these details from the ground. Chief Minister is currently at the IPAC office. He's likely to come down and speak to the media which is present there at the IPAC office. ED conducting multiple searches in Kolkata with regards to a money laundering investigation at the IPAC office and its co-founder and director Prateek Jain's residence.
All right, Shrishi, thanks for joining us live. A quick recap for our viewers. Mamata Banerjee is, or rather was, at Prateek Jain's residence where the ED raids are taking place, and she has shown a full support by landing up there and has taken on Home Minister Amit Shah in that reaction that we just brought to you. There's more breaking news coming in. Big news coming in. There's an ad spend controversy in the state of Karnataka that has emerged. We're being told that the Karnataka government spent money on National Herald ads. 62% of Karnataka's ad spend was on National Herald in the year 2024 to 2025. and 99 lakh rupees was given to Herald again in the year 2024 to 25. Herald got 1.9 crore rupees from the Karnataka government in the preceding year of 2023 to 2024. That's the latest that we have for you. This, of course, will be a huge controversy in the state, with the BJP taking on the Congress shortly on this story. The ad spend controversy is going to emerge as a huge political flashpoint between the two parties. Money on National Herald ads in the year 2024 to 25, it was 62% of money of the Karnataka ad revenue that was spent on a National Herald, and 99 lakh rupees given to Herald in the year 2024-25. Herald got 1.9 crores from Karnataka government in the year 2023 to 2024. Huge findings there that we're bringing to you here on NDTV 24/7. Many questions to be asked of the Karnataka government, of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, as well as his cabinet, on why there's been such a huge expenditure from their ads bag on National Herald, not only in the year 2024 to 25, but even from 2023 to 2024. 99 lakh rupees given to National Herald in 2024 to 25. Meanwhile, 1.9 crore rupees from the Karnataka government handed out to National Herald in the years 2023 to 2024. Deepak Bopanna joins me live on this story. Deepak, I've just taken our viewers through all the details that you have shared with us on the expenditure, the spending on National Herald from 2023 to 2024 to 2025. Just bring us the details you can share with us on this story. This is, of course, going to turn into a huge political flashpoint.
Well, definitely, and in the past as well, the BJP has raised this, and we've seen, last year, Union ministers, Anurag Thakur and several others who've, said that Congress really doesn't give donations to the National Herald anymore, and instead what they do is use their own state governments wherever they are in the country to funnel money through advertisements into National Herald. And now the latest details from Karnataka shows that a lot of money has been given, and this is again through the form of advertisements to National Herald. Now, BJP definitely, of course, has raised this in the past and is definitely going to raise this once again, that now here is an organization that's under the scanner. There are cases pending, there are multiple questions that have been raised, and more importantly, when the trustees themselves are from the Congress party or the Gandhi family, why is money being routed through, advertisements? And more importantly, when the state government gives advertisements, this is funds that come in from, the exchequer. That means that the citizens, of course, fund it. So is this the rightful way actually to use it? Now, advertisements, of course, are given to national newspapers, and here the data, of course, shows that about 60% of the funds allocated to different national newspapers, most of it has gone to the National Herald itself. So 100% you're going to have the BJP take pot shots once again at the Congress party. How the Congress party looks to defend itself is something that remains to be seen.
All right, and we will keep a track on the developments on that story. Deepak Bopanna, thanks for joining me live with those details on that controversy that is just about started brewing in the state of Karnataka. We have more breaking news coming in. The AIA-DMK has slammed the Congress for backing TVK chief Vijay. AIA-DMK's Kovai has said Congress backing Vijay shows their desperation.
Trying to talk about Jananayagan issue and extending support for Jananayagan's issue clearly indicates us the desperation levels of Congress have risen sharply, and in coming days it might not be a surprise that one faction of Congress blatantly extend their supports for TVK and start campaigning for TVK.
Vijay joining me live on that breaking. Unexpected lines, the AIA-DMK hitting out there, Vijay.
That's right. Congress leaders have been posting a series of tweets supporting or backing actor-turned-politician Vijay's Jananayagan over the censorship issue. All the leaders from Manikam Thakur, Jyotimani and Congress functionary Praveen Chakravarti and even national leader like Girish Jodankar had questioned and condemned the BJP government over the issue. They questioned, saying that the BJP is using in line of CBI, IT against the cinema artist, against freedom of expression also. Now AIADMK spokesperson Kovai Satyan had reacted over that, saying that Congress is desperate in terms of forming alliance with the parties, and even BJP reacted in the same line, saying that the Congress are having internal tussle inside the party, so they are to hide those things. They are raising unnecessary issue, but we have to wait what Congress is yet to react for this comment from the AIADMK. But as of now, only Congress yet to release an official statement from the Congress state unit, but leaders like Manikam Tagore and even other leaders have reacted in support of Jananayagam over the censorship issue.
Point you make out there, Vijay, that an official reaction or statement still awaited from the Congress. I'm going to come back to you in a moment from now. The delay on Nayagan is going to be a top focus for moments from now. Celebrations have been cut short for Thalapathy Vijay and his fans. The much anticipated movie, widely billed as Vijay's final film, his real swan song, will not release as of now on the 9th of January as scheduled. This comes after the Madras High Court reserved its order on a petition challenging the censor board's decision to withhold the censor certificate. The makers say the release has been deferred due to unavoidable circumstances, with new dates to be announced soon. Meanwhile, Congress MP Manikam Tagore, like Vijay just pointed out to you, took to X backing Nayagan, slamming the centre over curbs on cinema, stating Article 19 guarantees free speech, not political clearance. Congress MP Jyoti Mathi has also spoken out, alleging that the censor board has become a political weapon and called the situation an attack on Tamil film industry. Another Congress leader, Praveen Chakravarti, alleged that the centre was insulting Tamil Nadu. Meanwhile, BJP hit back, saying the censor board follows rules strictly and no one can exert pressure on the film certification body.
The day before yesterday and yesterday, we have seen that Mr. Manik Tagore's and Jyoti Mani's tweet regarding Congress party itself and their alliance. They had a displeasure on the party and also against the alliance. So in order to hide those things, they are trying to write something accusing the CBFC. CBFC has got its own set of procedures, rules, regulations duly followed. So I know how they do it. So there is nobody can pressure anyone. It acts according to the laws framed by the government.
So that's how now the guy who promoted Mr. Modi, the Vivek Oberoi. The Vivek Oberoi who did the Modi on Mr. Modi Saab, where is he today? Do you know where is he? He is in Dubai. He is marketing Dubai today. The great guy who did job of movie on Modi Saab, Vivek Oberoi, today he is in Delhi, he is in Dubai, promoting Dubai. So they want somebody to do that and run away. So if somebody is doing a movie, what's wrong with that? So they want anything, all movies in favor of BJP only, and it has to be propaganda of BJP or the ideology of a BJP or Mr. Modi Saab only, nothing else. So nobody should be shown as hero in this country. And next there are chances that he can become the next Rajinikanth also in South, we don't know.
All right, so what were the arguments in court? This will help to understand why there is a stay on the release of the movie for now. Let's just start with the censor board's claim here. There is no malified intent. Filmmakers hit back. Censor board could have acted sooner, given the deadline being the 9th, which was the earliest scheduled date of release. The censor board's claim is changes in film will be made as per law. The filmmakers have hit back, saying centre's revision power was struck down by court. Then another argument is something fundamentally wrong has been identified, while the filmmaker says censor board's only contention is over the new complaint. All these reasons are why we're seeing a delay even in the release of this movie. We're expecting that decision most probably to come out tomorrow. Then the censor board goes on to say board chairperson made review decision, not the centre, because that's the allegation being made by the Congress as well, that the centre is behind this delay in the release of the movie when it comes to Vijay's movie Nayagan. And then you have the filmmakers hitting back, saying opinion of one board member invalidated, others' opinion, doesn't that matter, is what they are also asking at this point. So those are some of the arguments in court. But let's go back to Vijay and talk to him about this. Many arguments really, but what does the road ahead look like? What are the possible scenarios, Vijay, on the release of the movie of the actor turned politician?
We have to wait for the Madras High Court verdict on January 9th by 10:30 a.m. But there are three possibilities whether the court will go accept the petition from the production house. And then immediately, and then the CBFC has to give the certification immediately. It will take around more than 24 hours. So possibly the release is definitely not on 9th of January. That's what production house also announced, the postpone of release. But however, production house is looking forward to release the movie on a specific date. They are looking for some good dates after that, because they are likely to miss the Pongal dates also, because Pongal holidays is a long weekend. It's a big budget movie, so they are taking efforts to release a movie, but it is unlikely to happen. So they are looking for the other option to release the movie on other big date. But unfortunately, the next is Republic Day. But before that, on January 23, Sun Pictures, the big production house in Tamil Nadu, the Sun Pictures is going to re-release the Mangata actor Ajit's Mangata, so which will force the Sun Pictures will get more theatres. So Nayagan will be on a tough position to capture theatres in terms of releasing the movie in more theatres. So again, there is a hot situation for the Nayagan movie crew. So they're looking for all the options, but all eyes on what would be the verdict from the Madras High Court. Even though if Madras High Court gave permission, accept the petition, the CBFC may go for appeal against the go to the division bench. Appeal go to the division bench. So we have to wait and see what would be the verdict tomorrow and how this going forward.
All right. Do stay with me, Vijay, because I also want our viewers to understand it's not the first hurdle for the actor Vijay. Remember, this is his real swan song before he takes politics on 100%. So let's just take you through some of the past hurdles. Let's talk about Sura. That was released in 2010. It was originally titled Sura, the Leader. It faced issues because of the leader tagline. The film was released without any delays. Let's move on now to the next movie that was contentious, which is in 2011, Kavalan, financial dispute after losses due to Sura. The previous movie that I just spoke to you about, it faced alleged pressure from the DMK. Jayalalitha reportedly expedited the film's release. Then we have in the year 2012, Tupaki, turning point in Vijay's career according to critics. It faced protests from Muslim bodies. The movie accused of projecting Muslims in poor light, and therefore there was a controversy over it. Moving to 2013, Thalaiva. Alleged interference from AIADMK and Jayalalitha. Jayalalitha was allegedly unhappy with the title of the movie, which is obvious in its name itself, and the film released after a week's delay. Then in 2014, another movie, Kathiti, protests against the producers Laika. And why would they protest against them? Because pro-Tamil groups protested. Laika being a Sri Lankan company, the film was released with massive police protection. The film also faced story theft allegations. Then the next year, another movie, another controversy, 2015, name of the movie Puli. The film faced financial issues. Distribution pressure on filmmakers was the reason for this to be controversial as well. 2017, you had Marcel, massive criticism after the film's release. Trouble over showing doctors, hospitals in poor light was the reason. Political pressure over dialogues about GST demonetization made the movie get into a hot soup. 2018, the movie Sarkar, issues faced after release of the film. Trouble for criticizing freebies by political parties. Film also faced massive protests. So all in all, the main reason has been, of course, political interference from parties at this point, because of which you've seen the controversies with Vijay's movies in the past. But of course, NDTV will be tracking all the developments when it comes to his real swan song. We're expecting some order tomorrow when it comes to the release of the movie. How long will it be delayed for is the big question. I have some breaking news coming in. NDTV has accessed new CCTV footage of the Delhi demolition that took place about 48 hours back. CCTV footage from the Faiz-e-Ilahi Mosque Chowk at Turkman Gate is what we have accessed. This footage shows the moment when the police chased away the crowd and stone pelters. Some of the stone pelters went to the other side and continued throwing stones at the police force, hiding their faces with masks. The police then approached to apprehend them and they fled. The location of the CCTV footage is on Mohammed Din Ilahi Marg. 6 more have been arrested. The total number now stands at 11. Tejshri is joining me live. She's been tracking all the developments on this story ever since the demolition took place and the stone pelting. Tejshri, tell us why this footage is crucial. We're seeing a lot of masked men as well in this footage.
Absolutely, that's a 3 minutes CCTV footage that NDTV has managed to access, and that is pretty much important because it in fact identifies all those individuals who not just pelted stones but also in fact raised objectionable slogans as well, and also apart from that they started running towards the police. We can also see that they were also holding bricks in their hands, big stones in their hands, and they were pelting those stones and throwing the bricks on the policemen over here. They were present, and we'll also show you the visuals as well that from where this CCTV footage is recorded. This is the lane where we are walking from, the Turkman gate as well, you can see, and there's heavy police deployment, but those two barricades as you can see, and there's the CCTV installed. If you can zoom in and show RTG, that particular CCTV from where it seems like the footage was taken, and this is a very similar area that we can observe in the CCTV footage as well. And in fact we were also in fact speaking that how these individuals, these stone pelters were wearing masks to hide their identity. As of now, if we talk about the investigation, that around 10 individuals have been arrested in this case, more than 10 have been detained, more than 50 have been identified. But yes, it is difficult because they were masked, they were wearing black masks, they were also covering their faces with some kind of stoles and shawls as well. We'll be showing you the current scenario so as to what is happening right now. The anti-encroachment drive, yes, it began, but now the closest structure to the religious this religious structure is now being removed completely. So these were the debris. These debris are being removed now. This is the latest update that we are getting you from ground zero. Back to you.
Tejshri, thanks for joining me live. That's the latest video that we have for our viewers. Try and understand why it is critical. We had Tejshri with us to give you more details. An anti-encroachment drive was carried out by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi near the Faiz-e-Ilahi Mosque in Delhi's Ram Leela Maidan. The demolition drive on the land adjoining the mosque and a nearby graveyard, the Turkman Gate, turned violent even as clashes erupted, leading to a few police personnel sustaining injuries. In the latest, the police have identified more than 24 people in connection with the case. As per sources, the SP MP Mohibullah Nadvi, who was present at the site, is expected to join the probe. Videos emerged from the incident which showed the mob throwing bricks and breaking barricades. Remember that 5 persons were detained following the incident. In a statement, the Delhi police said tear gas shells had been used to disperse the crowds, adding that normalcy was restored shortly after the incident. Police also mentioned in a statement that the miscreants would be identified and legal action would be taken after they go through the CCTV footage, ground footage and body camera footage that is being obtained. Remember, we've just shown you scenes of people masked there. It's going to be a challenge for the police, of course, but there have been more arrests, like Tejshri just pointed out.
ये वक्फ बोर्ड भी जानता है और सब लोग जानते हैं कि ये नाजायज़ कोई नहीं है. इसको वो नाजायज़ कह रहे हैं, हम जायज़ कह रहे हैं. तो बगैर उन्होंने हमें या वक्फ बोर्ड को बुलाया, अपने आप से डिसीजन दे दिया कि ये ज़मीन कारपोरेशन की है या LNDO की है या PWD की है या DDA की है. हमको तो पता भी नहीं. हमें उस दिन तक पता ही नहीं था कि कोई केस हमारे खिलाफ रेड पिटिशन भी दायर, और रेड पिटिशन का जो हम रिव्यू दिया है या हम रिक्वेस्ट किए उनसे स्टे की, उसी जज के पास जाना था. उसको ऑलरेडी माइंड सेट है. तो अब जो उसने हमको 22 तारीख में नए कागजात जमा कराने के लिए, नई पेशी पे बहस करने के लिए हमको टाइम दिया है, तो उस वक्त तक तो कारपोरेशन को रुकना चाहिए था. कारपोरेशन कहती है हमारे पास, हम तो आज ही तोड़ेंगे. और ये 5 मिनट के अंदर खेल हो गया. जो पैरामिलिट्री है, पैरामिलिट्री के आते ही मैं उससे पहले रिक्वेस्ट करके गया हूँ पब्लिक से, पब्लिक चली गई है. उसके बाद में जब एक हमारे MP साहब आए मोहिबुल्ला, उनको रोका गया पैरामिलिट्री की तरफ से, तो हंगामा ये हुआ है.
Slip into a short break. I'll be back with an NDTV exclusive in moments from now. What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindoor.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Mumbai are bringing our first India tour in your city. Ragon with Shankar Ehsan Loy and Siddharth Mahadevan and Shivam Mahadevan. 5 times melody, 5 times masti with NDTV Good Times. Go grab your tickets on Live Your City by Fever.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
A very special moment for us as we announce NDTV Master Stroke, the NDTV Art Awards.
NDTV presents the Master Stroke Art Awards. An odyssey of creative brilliance where the masterpiece meets its ultimate recognition.
NDTV bringing this subject forward would have a great integrity of putting it forward where people could understand the importance of art.
This award that is being started, I'm sure is going to be amazing.
Art for India and for Indians is an expression of our Atmanirbharta.
It's actually quite a formidable jury, so I think we'll reveal a lot more as we go along.
This is an amazing platform, I think, today what you're doing.
Honoring the masters who define our creative landscape. Coming soon on the NDTV network.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions.
Expert advice. The latest trends. It's a lot simpler. We'll help people make the right auto decisions. It's got the cool stuff, geeky stuff, serious stuff, all of it, so that you can discover, decide and drive. I'm Siddharth Sharma and I am your Automate.
Delhi set the fairway on fire. The precision, the edge, the contest, the electric energy. Now, the NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am travels to Hyderabad, a day crafted for an unmatched experience. NDTV PGTI Golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders. 10th January 2026, Boulders Hills Golf and Country Club. Every winter, the World Economic Forum at Davos becomes the world's thinking room, where power, policy and purpose converge, where the future is examined and reimagined. In January 2026, NDTV will be at the heart of this conversation. NDTV Ignite at Davos this January on the NDTV network.
Other opposition parties. They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. Stop. This isn't a
This afternoon, we're taking a closer look at what appears to be a decisive shift in how the United States of America is projecting power on the world stage. From military action in Venezuela to renewed U.S. interest in Greenland, to the seizure of Russian and Venezuelan oil tankers at sea, and even a selective easing and tightening of sanctions on Moscow, the Trump administration seems to be advancing a foreign policy driven less by norms and more by national interest. Supporters argue this marks the end of costly forever wars. Critics warn it's rewriting the rules of sovereignty, trade, and the use of force, setting precedents that rivals like Russia and China could soon exploit. To help us unpack what this means, I'm now joined by Dr. Nicholas Redman, Director of Analysis and Editor-in-Chief at Oxford Analytica. Nicholas, thanks for joining us this afternoon here on Breaking Ground. Dr. Nicholas, I want to ask you first up, looking at Venezuela, looking at Greenland, the tanker seizures and sanctions together, are we seeing a new U.S. doctrine taking shape?
I think that's exactly the question to ask. It's also a period of real volatility and fluidity right now, and things might look different in a few weeks, but I think we have to draw a line between the world before January 3rd and the world after it. Before January 3rd, we knew that this was an administration that was very skeptical about international law, international organizations, rules, cooperation. We saw that with the departure from the COP15 treaty on climate, and had quite a skeptical view of alliances, not alliances per se, but how alliances were practiced, the idea that actually alliances needed to be rebalanced in order to favor the United States. And this America First doctrine is one that is basically a zero-sum view of the world. And so if US interests are favored more, then other countries are going to have to lose out more. So all that was very clear running up to January 3rd. But what has happened on January 3rd is a shake to one of the other assumptions we had, which is that Donald Trump was very wary about using military force. He came into office promising, as you noted, an end for forever wars. He only used military force very selectively and in a limited way in Iran, and then drew a line underneath it. But what we're seeing now is a rather different approach to international wars. A president that said that tariff wars were easy to win, preferred to use economic coercion, now seems to be a new convert to the utility of military force.
So then, Dr. Redman, is this doctrine, would you best describe it as transactional power taking precedence over rules and values at this point?
Yes, I think that's very clear. If there are rules and values in place, they're US ones, not universal ones. You actually saw that in the justification for Nicolas Maduro's removal. It was about US law and US interests. Those were the ones that were advanced as the justification.
And Venezuela's oil and Greenland's minerals are resources now openly driving US foreign policy. Would you agree? And if you do, why?
So the administration has made it very clear that access to minerals is going to be vital to US economic security. If you look at Venezuela, it wasn't only about the minerals. Remember that this military buildup started really in August of last year. And the narrative varied somewhat across, but drugs were a very big part of it, not necessarily because Venezuela is a huge player in the drugs trade, but because the United States administration wished to signal that this was not going to be a business as usual approach to the drug challenge the United States faces. So drugs was part of it. Migration was part of it, both in terms of people coming into the United States, but the possibilities of repatriating the many, many Venezuelans that moved to the United States over the last 20 years. And then there was that broader question about the Western Hemisphere, the insistence the United States has on dominating that, on removing rival powers. building up the ranks of its own partners in the region and thinning out the ranks of its rivals. So there were multiple reasons behind Venezuela. The president personally really fixed on oil. That's why we're hearing a lot more about it now. But there were other interests in play, and it's not simply a case that the United States is only interested in resources.
Interesting. So would you say then that under the Trump regime, the US is shifting from democracy promotion to asset protection?
Well, I think it's very clear that democracy promotion isn't part of the mix. If you go back and read the National Security Strategy, which was released in December last year, its most scathing criticism is actually for previous administrations and the fact that they were woolly-headed in promoting universal values, acting in the world in order to actually advance interests other than American interests. So of all of the interests that we were talking about, all the potential reasons for engagement in Venezuela, the one that we did not hear at the Mar-a-Lago press conference on January 3rd was democracy promotion. There was the only mention of Maria Corina Machado was she's probably not got what it takes to become the president of Venezuela. And the man the United States recognized as the winner of the July 2024 election, Edmundo Gonzalez, didn't even merit a mention.
You know, Dr. Edmund, I want to move to the big picture now. Was Venezuela, according to you, truly a limited operation or a model for future action?
Well, I think potentially it is both. It was a limited operation in that there wasn't an attempt to seize territory. There wasn't an attempt to remove the entire government of Venezuela. So the military limitation there, the military exposure was actually quite limited. As Donald Trump said, we're not afraid of boots on the ground, but actually it was only a few dozen boots on the ground and only for a few hours. So the United States did not expose itself in the way it exposed itself in Iraq. But I think that is precisely the point. The administration has learned the lessons from Iraq, and the lessons are don't go in and occupy a country because that takes huge amounts of blood and treasure and have massive risk. If you look at what they're trying to do in Venezuela, it is not regime change, it is regime co-optation. By removing Maduro, they're trying then not to replace the regime, not to install democracy, but to work with this government so that it's the responsibility of Delcy Rodriguez, not the United States, in order to run Venezuela, to keep Venezuela secure, to feed Venezuela's people.
Dr. Edmund, I was reading a few articles where I did realize that in Trump's first regime, the media had mocked all his comments on Greenland. But now after Venezuela, should US interests in Greenland be taken far more seriously?
Well, I don't need to offer an opinion. You've just got to look at the European reaction. They take it in deadly earnest right now. European allies are terrified about the prospect of the United States making some sort of move on Greenland. And Secretary of State Rubio said that next week he actually intends to talk to the Danish government about buying Greenland.
So is the Arctic now becoming perhaps a strategic battleground rather than a cooperative space then?
I think that's been the case actually for a while. This is not something that you can put squarely at the door of the Trump administration. China has shown a great interest in the Arctic, although it is not an Arctic power. It calls itself a near-Arctic power, and it has made strenuous efforts to assert a presence there. Russia also, as an incumbent Arctic power, very interested in developing the area as the Northern Sea route opens up more. It's made some military investments there already. So it's not only one power, it's not only the United States here. I think as the Arctic opens up, as it becomes more possible, and now that we have, the zeitgeist is partly around access to minerals now, right? This becomes very important. And the Arctic's mineral riches, as well as its strategic advantages, I think almost inevitably, in a situation of international competition, not cooperation, is one of those regions that is very vulnerable to being securitized and to being militarized.
Right. Now, we've just spoken, I did refer to the tanker seizures. I want to understand from you, do tanker seizures mark a shift from sanctions enforcement to coercive force?
What I find strange or unusual, what challenges my assumptions about the tanker seizure is the circumstances around it. So this was a vessel that attempted to break the US imposed quarantine on shipping of Venezuelan oil, but did not do so. It was not attempting to do so. It was sailing the other way. It was actually seized much closer to Britain than to Venezuela when finally it happened. And it did so despite the fact that it had been reflagged as a Russian vessel, which technically meant that it legally meant that it was under Russian sovereign protection. And despite the fact that there was a Russian naval escort and the fact that Russia had requested specifically of the United States that it desist from chasing this vessel. So what that tells me is more about Trump's risk appetite, which actually, it says to me, is greater today than it was a week ago, and it was greater than when the Venezuela operation was being planned.
Interesting.
Remember, the armada in Venezuela was assembled over many months. There was a massive military overmatch. Venezuela is militarily weak. It has few allies. Its distant supporters are half a world away. But to take on a Russian tanker that was really under Russian naval protection, that is a much more risky endeavor.
Absolutely.
That has a higher upside risk, much less easy to plan. And so that, for me, is the most sort of interesting thing out of this. In a way, it's probably a signal that the United States is in deadly earnest about its domination of the Western Hemisphere.
Which leads me to my next... Yes, go ahead.
But it also has broader questions about what this says about U.S. resolve and changes in the U.S. approach to the utility of the use of force.
Which brings me to my next question, Dr. Redmond, which is, would you say selective tightening and easing of Russian sanctions show leverage now matters more than rules?
Well, the sanctions are partly about enforcing certain international laws. I think it's worth underscoring that point. The United States has long used sanctions. It's been a leading proponent of them. The question is what Donald Trump wishes to do with Vladimir Putin. We know that he wants a peace in Ukraine. We know that he's been very frustrated that Putin hasn't really played along. I think one of the interesting questions that we have out of this, and all we have right now is questions, we have very few answers, is whether Donald Trump actually is going to show Putin that he is prepared to use military force, and whether that changes Putin's calculus about whether he can play the long game in Ukraine, string out the negotiations, but just wait till the day that through diplomacy he can get everything that he believes he can achieve militarily.